What's up, Poop Squad? Today I'm doing a world tour of this Minecraft world, which I said I wasn't gonna do, but I was feeling lazy today, and I was going to record Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on hardcore mode, but then I didn't want to, and so now I'm doing this. Um, yeah, that's about all there is to that decision. I built the Steam engine on the server that I designed in one of the other episodes. So it's there now, it works. I did change a lot of the stuff around because it didn't fucking work. Um, I didn't consider a lot of things, but it's here now, and it's a Steam engine, it's powering everything. Good job me. I was gonna say something else at the start of this video, and I've completely forgotten whatever the fuck that was gonna be. Um, so rest in peace, that's thought. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna show around the world. Although I don't remember what I was gonna say. Also another reason I'm doing this is because if this server dies soon, which is pretty likely at this point in time, if I don't get the world download, which I probably would, but if I don't, I wanna have video evidence of what the world is and everything that exists in it, and all the, countless many nights I spent into it, and everyone else spent into it. So, yeah. I mean, the best place to start is where I'm literally already standing. This is my workshop. This is the first building that I built on this world. This is, as the name would imply, just where I make everything. That's about it. This is just where all my tools are. This is where my mechanical crafters and grindstones and presses and deployers, everything that I'm making myself within the create mod itself is made in this building. All the smelting and stuff. That's another portal. Yep. This is my Silverfish XP farm, which is where I do all the create over enchanting to have stupidly overpowered enchants. I don't have a helmet because it fucking broke. This is a bit of a side tangent thing now, but when I was making this and I was making the lava supply for this, I was just sitting in the lava because I could, but because I had good enough armor to do so. But what I didn't consider is that it takes durability of my armor, and so my helmet just broke while I was in there, and I couldn't be fucked to make a new one. And the rest of my armor is already good enough to where I'm never gonna die anyway, so it doesn't matter. Back to what was being said. This is the Silverfish XP farm. This is where millions of silverfish get slaughtered to provide me with XP. This makes the silverfish up here. That chain drive is where the stress and like power comes in. And then this is where the silverfish actually get killed, and then all the XP goes into the different things. Like this and whatever. Not much more to comment about that. Very useful, very cool. The other side of this, down here, was where I was going to have like a semi-manual redstone and gunpowder maker, because you can't automate them fully because they need like blaze powder and netherrack stuff, which you can't automate. You have to manually, like I can't bring a blaze burner, blaze spawner to the overworld and then have it in this farm, so I have to manually put it in. But that's where I was going to be so I can make it quicker, and then I never got around to that, so that never happened. This is just a single house to store villages in. That's about it. There's only 2 in here because the rest of my villagers are currently getting kidnapped out the back through this, all the way down there to this person's base. So, whatever, as long as I don't take all of them, I can just breed more. Not a big deal. This is my andesite alloy, iron, gold, quartz farm. I wanted to rebuild this thing and like tear it down and make a new one like 8 times, and then I never did because there's like a lot of issues with it. But I just kind of never got around to ever doing it, and so it kind of just, it's just what it is. Unless more people play on the server, I'm probably never gonna fix it, and it's just gonna be kind of good enough forever. This is obviously a sheep farm and chicken coop. You can't really see any of the details in it because there's about 1 billion sheep in there, because I need about 1 billion wool for the airships, but whatever. This is the castle keep thing that was originally going to be where I have all my item vaults, but then I moved it somewhere else because I realized this wasn't going to be big enough for what I actually wanted it to do. Up here is just the landing pad for the airship itself. This airship kind of sucks and there's a lot of issues with it. But again, it's just one of the things with like, eventually I'll do something about it. Eventually I'll make a better one. Eventually. One day. It works not very well. Fuck. I failed. Don't ignore that. But it functions. It's a thing. This is just a blacksmith. I tried to do the outside as best as I could to a blacksmith, to my knowledge. I couldn't really think of another way to make a bellows, and so it's just this. Which I don't know if it looks like what it's meant to look like, but whatever. And this is just to have all the armor smith and toolsmith and whatever. And that's the purpose of this building. Get out of here. This is the lumberyard. This is where I keep Fletchers in here for emeralds. And then this is, oh, and then obviously it also has the dark oak tree farm right next to it. This tree farm keeps getting clogged up by Endermen coming down here and placing grass blocks, and so this machine can no longer go back and forth, which is really annoying. And there's not much I can think of to do about it. So that's just kind of how that is. This is a moss farm. This is not my design. This was made by like Exuma or something, and it's here now. And this was where I get all the moss for, obviously, all the buildings that are covered in moss. This is where my item vaults ended up going, up on here. It's also meant to be, when I eventually maybe make a better airship, this is where it will go. Like this will be the landing pad for it. And down here is actually where all the stuff gets crafted, and I have all the item vaults. And this is probably the building I've obviously put the most effort into, and like actually having it look good. This is like one of the only fully finished buildings that I haven't like, oh, I'll do this other detail later, other than this hole. So it's not technically fully finished because there's just a hole here that I haven't decorated or done anything with, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with, so I haven't done anything with it, but it's there. It's also not technically fully finished because I wanna, all these crafters and stuff out the back here that's actually automatically making all my items that I need, I want to move down here and make them bigger, but I haven't because I don't know, I haven't thought of the best way to move all the items down and up between these layers in a way that they aren't just going to all get clogged, and it's just going to be terrible because it's just going to get clogged. Because I want to, right now, what I'm crafting items, it's good enough, but let's say I run out of, okay, so when this is at 1 stack. So if this goes below 1 stack in the system of these mechanical presses, it'll then send an order out for this to start making more. So if it's just doing a couple things at once, that's fine. But if all of these somehow magically ran out all at once, I don't want the system to just then break and get too full of items to do anything, and it just breaks, and I have to go and fix it. And I haven't decided how to do that. So I'm going to figure that out, which is why I haven't done any of the things I need to do for it. But that's this. Pretty much. And that, okay, cool, thanks. Was that everything in this area? I think, well, other than those. This is, over here, this also keep looking for a statue that I also haven't mossed up at all, and I just keep putting it off. And I want to have like a river or something over here, like the same kind of like muddy bog as I have going over in this Iron Vault area. Well, I haven't done that. This is just a kelp farm. Each layer it's just like 5 or 6 layers of just a bunch of kelp. This makes way too much kelp. I don't need this much kelp, but I have that much kelp. This was going to be for wheat, and as you can see, I just have never finished it. I haven't covered this hole up because I haven't finished this. Then I haven't finished this because I'm finishing other things. This is just what stores the kelp and wheat. In fact, I have so much kelp that I'm just, as soon as it gets to a certain amount, I just burn it all, so the machine doesn't get clogged. Okay, that's, well, I'm just gonna ignore that, that's fine. Now I think that is every building here. Let me double check that. I mean, there's also this aqueduct, which doesn't actually take water from up here because there's no fucking water up here. But I just kind of had the want to build that, so I built that. And that's the story to that. Alright, on to the next base after I sleep. I meant to pause that. Over here is a bit of a mess. This is one of my old bases before I moved down there, and it was just to have, I just had like a farm of every single plant, and that was it. While I had, oops, like it's a big mess, and there's kind of a house. Someone's house just got dropped on top of my house, so that's awesome. So that there's just a house on top of my house. There's not much more to say about this house. This is where I first made all the stuff to then make the workshop over there. I just have a bunch of stuff here and a water wheels going through there. And this is just a big hole with a body at the bottom of it. I don't know who that is, but whatever. Up here is one of my friend's bases. It is a gigantic brick factory is what it is. This is a really cool looking airship. This is a really cool looking base in general. There used to be a water fountain here and it kind of got demolished, I guess. I don't know what the fuck happened. But this is, oh, alright, I'm back. That was a bit weird. Anyway, this is the first thing I built. Well, they're the first farm they built, I think. I'm not entirely sure. This was built before I was actually playing on the server. I was a bit late to actually joining. But this is their iron and andesite farm and whatever. Honestly, probably a lot better than mine. They seem to be a lot quite better at the create than I am. This, like, I've stolen a lot of ideas from them is essentially the thing. There's also this just looks great. And I don't think there's anything on the roof, but there's a way up onto the roof, and so I'm gonna look in the roof. If I can get up without falling off like an idiot. No, there's in fact nothing on the roof. Great. I'm glad I went through the time to do that. Put that back down. There's a little base down here that I know of. I don't know whose this is. I've never seen whoever owns this base actually online. I don't know why there's 2 donkeys in this room on a bed. I don't think this is bleh. This hasn't been updated in ever, so like they played a little bit and then they just never got back on, I guess. Fair enough. That also exists. This airship exists, which is, I'm going to show it off because it's cool. It has like a cool actual dock instead of just sitting on top of a roof. It has like an altitude and stuff and everything, which is cool. And I got to fly it around for a bit. Very cool. Works well. Thumbs up. Cool colors. Very awesome. This is a brick farm or something? I don't. Oh, this is the andesite? I don't remember. It's something. No, this is brick. Or gold. I don't know. It's one of the things. Can I get out? Thank you. But yeah, that exists. This is the big fuck-off factory where they make everything. This is the shop that I frequented more times than I probably should have when I was making my base because I didn't want to. I was too lazy to make anything myself, and I had a bunch of redstone. They have. There's just a lot of stuff in here with a lot of storage, that's the point of this place. Is just to make a fuck ton of everything. I thought this was just gonna be their like main entire base, but apparently it's, what is this? This is new. What is this? Maybe it's not, is this making like pulp? It's making cardboard. I assume so. What was I saying? I thought this was going to be the main base where they live, but apparently this is just like only a small part of it. They don't seem to be as active anymore, so I don't know if the rest of the base will ever actually end up getting made. Although, what I did notice is that this airship used to just be crashed on the side of a mountain over here or something, but they actually have moved it back now, so maybe they are playing again. Or maybe not. Who knows? But this exists. It looks really fucking cool and awesome. There's an upstairs area over here. Give me a moment. It's up here, I think. Yes. With a bunch of endermen in the corner. I think this is where they actually live and have all the factory gauges of everything they're having made. Yep. It exists. There's a massive fucking upside down car on top of the roof. That's okay. I think that's about everything in this person's base, so on to the next one. And the best part in the fucking game. I always look over this monitor to like talk, but like this is because that's where I have OBS, but the webcam's there. Whoops. This is another base. I think it's cool. It's very old school. Like with the it's just old, it looks cool, it's a vibe, you know what I mean? Like this is cool. I like this. I think I like the open wall house and the this where it's like the back of the fucking building for all the mechanical stuff. That's something I've always liked. I've never really done it myself, but like I've always like loved the idea of it. I hate Endermen. They actually fuck up the world so much by just putting random blocks everywhere. Like that was 100% Enderman that just put a grass block there. It's so annoying. This is their workshop, I guess. I like the fucking cobblestone floor. That's hype. I don't. This is animals. That's what this is. Is this gonna be like farms up here? Or more animals. That makes sense. That's cool. I like that. Tree farm, random farms, blah blah blah. What is returns? This is just grand. Okay, that makes sense. 3 diamonds. I'll look inside a bit of these and show these off. And one's like iron and farm. No, up more. That's cute. And then just chain drives all over the roofs and stuff. I mean, it's cool. I like the wool roofs and stuff. I just think it's neat. I think it's cool. There used to be a base up on this hill. I think it's since been evaporated into a million pieces, but I'm gonna have a little look-sees anyway. There's a little something. I don't know what the fuck this is. There's remnants of buildings. The house that is currently sitting on top. You can't really see it from here, so my render distance is too low. But the house that's currently sitting on top of my melon farm used to also be up here, I think. And this is just had lava poured all over it, I guess. That's tragic. What? Alright. I don't know what happened here, but it's gone. Only remnants remain now. I'm gonna go head over to this base now. This person over here has like a bunch of airships from memory. There's a massive big fuck off one right here. They used to have them like floating around their base in the sky, I think. I don't know if they've been on in a while, but they used to be pretty active. This is their storage, I guess. We all have our own versions of it. This is like a secret elevator down, I think. Although I don't think they ever finished it. Doesn't look like it. Fuck off. Pretty deep hole. Yeah, overstressed. This airship is funny because they have these on the bottom, I think. No. They have they're using fans who just essentially suck people up onto their ship, and so they would fly around and just literally kidnap people onto their ship, and there was literally nothing you can do about it. That was these nozzles, because you would just have them suck back in, and so it would just like fling you over onto the ship. It was really funny. That exists. I haven't been here in a while. All of it. I don't know why the fuck there's a bunch of magma all over the floor. This is their XP farm for silverfish, because everyone uses silverfish because they're fucking insanely good. That's about it. This is their house. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Get onto the actual airship from here, actually. I don't know what the fuck. It's their anchor, I think. I don't. This is okay. So this is where they like actually drove it, I guess. The thing to lift people. Yeah, the Kidnapper 3000. Great. How do you? They use these handlebars to get around everywhere, and it was very. This is a big ass fucking thing. I need a bigger airship like this. Something that's actually good and can like. My airship goes up to a maximum of like 110, like Y level 110. So I have to go around every single minor cliff, hill, or mountain, and it sucks. It actually sucks. I built it when I was learning how to make aeronautics stuff, and I just never made a new one. So I need to do that. They have a plane over there. I don't know if that works or not, but they have a plane. I guess this is their workshop and whatnot. Some weird wiring going on. These aren't turned on, so I can't demonstrate you, but it's more of these nozzles. But if you opened these trapdoors, it would fling you like 200 blocks into the sky, and you would just fall to your death. And that was really funny. Excuse me, this is their just everything. They've just created a bunch of everything, I guess. Pretty much. What is in this? I don't know why that's in there, but alright. Oh my god, this is the second floor. Andesite? What is... There's a lot of... Andesite... Oh, this is like... Their, andesite casing maker. That's what that would be. And this is just their enchanting area and generally a bunch of random shit, I guess. This is another car that they have. This is another airship that they have. That's on top of a car that they have. This is a brick farm, I guess. I mean, this, I kind of like that you can like walk up here and stuff. I think that's cool. Most of my farms, like they're not like actually decorative. You just I put a pretty building around them, and you're not meant to go inside the building. Is pretty much how I do it. There's this big circle. I think it's a landing pad. I don't really know, but it's there. I actually haven't been on this airship ever, I think. Let me. Okay, no. Is there another way to get on? Yes. Yes. I don't think. Actually, no, I do think I've been on here before. It exists. I can't really say much about it. I need to make a new episode. God damn. I don't know what this is. This looked news to me. This is making... This would be gravel coming out of this. No, there would actually be sand coming out of this. Actually, I can it's gravel. How's it gravel? Oh, I thought it was going to two sets of crushers. I'm stupid. It's going through one. It is gravel. This is making a fuck ton of gravel, I guess. What is this making? Iron. Makes sense. I need to actually get out of here now. Got help. Yeah, it says right there, Iron Nugget Farm. Steam engine, steam engines, wheat farm, carrot farm, I fucking lied to your face. I'm gonna go check out this airplane. I think I've looked at that before. I don't know if it works or if it's finished, but it exists. I don't want to break it, so I'm not gonna turn it on. I also want to make there's so many things I want to do. I just need to start actually, like, doing them, you know? Another upside down car. I think... Okay. Don't know what's going on over there. There's so many things I still want to do, but I just have not gotten around to it all. I'm gonna not blow up a creeper next to that person's face. That'd be kind of rude. But other than that, I think that's about everything there is to show. I'm back at the workshop now. So I guess that's about it. I think that's everything. Thank you for watching, if you have. And I hope I didn't miss anything. That'd be unfortunate. I don't think I did. Here, look at the world map I have explored. We have a train pack to make the train much bigger. But that's about it. Thank you. And that's the entire world.